Hello friends, welcome back. So this is again yet another episode of Types of VLAN. So we have been seeing what are the types of VLAN. We have seen default VLAN, management VLAN, data VLANs, and in the last video we have seen how to configure uh, uh, how to scale your network first using these two switches, and once you scale them, how do we communicate between the VLANs. So of course we were about to start the trunk link. So before we start the trunk link, we wanted to know why do we go for trunk link, and that is how we ended up this topology. See here, if you can see, three ports, three access links has been configured between these two switches to communicate among these VLANs from this building to this building. So thereby we were wasting a lot of ports here, and then we are also wasting some resource here over here. So in order to avoid this, in order to utilize the port properly, so you are going to replace this whole bundle with a single link called a trunk link. So instead of creating access link, a dedicated VLAN link for each and every VLAN types here, so we are going to create a single link called a trunk link, and then it has the capability of carrying all these VLAN information across the switches, these two switches. So that is what we are going to see. So let's connect one more link in between these two switches, and that should be FA0/9 to 0/7. So let's go ahead and remove the existing access links. Okay, so now let's configure 9 and 7 for the trunk link. Just go to the switch, enable Cisco configuration mode, interface FA0/9, and then switch port mode. So far we've been giving access for all those access links. We are talking about trunk here, so we have to call it as trunk. And then once we enable trunk on this link, go to switch port trunk, and then you need to allow the VLANs. So what are the VLANs we are going to allow? We are going to allow, let's say, default VLAN is 1, and management VLAN is 99, data VLAN is 10. So you have multiple VLANs over here which will be carried across this link. So let's give a range 1 to 100 so far. So that, okay, sorry, we need to put allowed VLAN and then the range 1 to 100. No shut. So we have configured the newly connected interface with the trunk information. So similarly, go to the other end of the switch, and this switch needs to be configured with the same details, configuration mode, and this is a FA0/7 as I said. So we are going to configure it, interface FA0/7, switch port mode, trunk, switch port trunk, allowed VLAN 1 to 100 here as well, and then no shut, show VLAN. So if we give show VLAN, the FA Ethernet FA0/7 will not be seen anywhere here because it has been made as a trunk. So but we can see that interface information by using a command called show interface trunk. So if you see this, the port number FA0/7 has been assigned as a trunk port, and you can see the mode is on right now, and the encapsulation type is 802.1q, which is the encapsulation type .1q, and this represents that this particular link has been configured as trunk link, and the status is now is trunking. And just here you can see the native VLAN. So we will talk about native VLAN in the next video, but here is the right point to point about the native VLAN here. The native VLAN is nothing but the untagged packets can be collected in this VLAN. So here we haven't, so far in this topology itself, we haven't configured native VLAN in any of the switches, either in switch 1 or switch 2 or any of the links. So that's why if you don't have a native VLAN configured, then it defaults to the default VLAN. That's why we can see the VLAN number here as 1, so which is the default VLAN. And going forward, we are going to see what is native VLAN further. So let's move on. So now you can see the port number FE0/7 has allowed VLANs of 1 to 100 as we have configured already. And right now on this port, these are the active VLANs as well. So you can see port number 1, which is default VLAN, port number 10 and 20 for data, finance, and HR respectively, and then management VLAN. So all these VLANs are active on this port since we allow this range of VLANs here. And this is the spanning tree. By default, spanning tree is running on all these VLAN except the default VLAN. So this is how we can see the trunk information using the show interface trunk detail. Similarly, if you go to the other end of the switch and put show interface trunk, you will see the similar information over there. So now we have configured a trunk link. Let's test this link and check whether it is working fine or not. Just go to any PC, any system belong to any VLAN. So I'm going to connect this system which is in finance department, data finance. So just check its IP is 1.1.21. So we are going to ping any of these two PCs which are belong to the same VLAN on the other end. So let's ping 1.1.1.10. So it is pinging. Similarly, you can also ping 20 as well. So it will be pinging. But if you try to ping other VLANs, obviously it's not going to work. So let's ping data HR system, which is this PC. It's not pinging and it will give you request timeout. So that's because they belong to a different VLAN. But this will be carried, but the trunk port will carry this traffic as well with the corresponding system. So this is the corresponding system here. So ping 1.1.1.11. If you ping, you will be able to ping it just because this is also belong to the data HR VLAN, which is 20. Similarly, you can test it on the other end also. Let's go to management VLAN, okay, and then try to ping the other end management PC. This is the other end management. This is building to management system, which is belong to VLAN 99. So let's try to ping that, which is 101. Ping 1.1.1.101. So it will be pinging. And one more thing is, similarly, if you want to, since it is a management VLAN, you can go to building number 2 and then go to that management system and then try to telnet 1.1.1.150. So you remember in our previous video we have configured the switch with the management VLAN as 1.1.1.150. So we are going to connect this telnet this switch from the other building management system, that is from this PC, and check whether we are able to telnet it. We are able to telnet, and we can give a password, enable Cisco password, and then you can see from there you can see the device information. You can monitor, you can even configure since we have a full information. So this is how you can configure the trunk link and test how it works. So we have seen data VLAN, management VLAN, and then default VLAN, and now we have also seen what is trunk link and how it works, how it can be configured, and what are the significance of trunk link here. So that's it. So I hope this video is more useful to you, and we are going to see what is native VLAN in our upcoming video. Please stay on. Thank you so much.